Hello friends and soon to be friends. I'm back with another body doubling video. Today we're going to be cleaning the dishes, I don't know, the kitchen, a little both. A lot of both actually, it's pretty bad. But first, hey kids, please come pick up the toys. I don't really want to step on them while I'm cleaning. In here please. 4 each. Emmy. Those 2 magnet blocks stuck together count as 1. In here, babe. 4 toys. There's one right here, Bimmy, under the fridge. All right. Yep. And then count. There. It looks like somebody might have gotten more, but that's okay. Everybody, put them in the other room where they go, please. Thank you. Okay, good job. Put them up. Thank you so much, dear children.
Where did this car go?
I don't know, in a box. And then you can go play. Did Tuka already go?
Yeah.
Cool.
Found the box.
Good job, sweetie. Thank you.
This light I want. This light I want. This light.
Cool trick, right? If only it always worked that well. All right, yeah, yesterday we absolutely destroyed the kitchen. We made Matt and Tuka made a beautiful apple pie, which we have not tried yet, that I must not destroy while cleaning. And then Emmy and Matt cooked dinner. And before that, we already had a full dishwasher, so there wasn't room in the dishwasher, and we did not have the spoons to do it. Yeah, orkade inte, Swedish. Okay, so today we're gonna clean. If you don't know what body doubling is, it's when I clean or work and you clean or work, and we do it together. We kind of encourage each other along. So let's get started. Is that her current one? You coming in? You coming in? There you go, that's it right there. We just had like a big ice storm come through a couple days ago. So the backyard is just like a mud pit now that it's all melted, and I actually think it rained a little this morning too. So yeah, when doggy comes in, his big fuzzy paws got to get clean. Oh Lord, maybe clean isn't the right word for it, but they got to get less bad. Sometimes that's the best you could do. Sometimes less bad is the best you can do, and that's okay. Let's see, where do I start? Oh Lord. Okay, I'll stop trying. I will try to stop saying that. Let's see. Oh man, that's the problem with these big cleaning projects for me. The worst part is just being able to focus on one thing to sort of get going. If I can figure out how to break it into appropriate steps, then I don't know, it starts going, but it's the getting started and staying focused that's tough for me. What about you? Is it the getting started? Is that the hardest part? Maybe it's follow through. Maybe you get distracted halfway through or something. Or maybe it's executive dysfunction kind of situation, and it's even before getting started that you have trouble. It's not when you're in there ready to go. It's even just getting yourself up and getting moving at all. I have felt that myself many times. Am I putting off doing the actual dishes part? Possibly. But also sometimes it's just hard for me to work in a hectic space. I guess the time has come. The time has come for dishes. There's a camera tripod in front of where I need to put this. Ooh. Don't mess up the camera. But also, I don't want to not put this away. I'll just set it here. Right? Didn't I just say sometimes less bad is what you have to deal with? Less bad is good enough? Okay. All right. Oh, this reminds me, I don't have water right now. It's always good to have water around. And drink it. That part's important too. I've tried for many years to get hydrated through nearness to water. Hasn't worked. I have always had to drink it. You might want to grab some yourself. I'm a big fan of using the time that I'm cleaning to also take care of myself in that way, because I'm already up, I'm moving around, and then when I move over there I see it again, I take a drink. As opposed to if I set it down next to me while I'm working on the computer or playing games with the kids or something, then inevitably I forget to drink it. If you've got any tips for staying hydrated, for drinking enough water, I'd love to hear them. I do okay sometimes, and then other times I find myself extremely dehydrated. And I realize, oh yeah, I didn't have any water today. I mean, not any, because I usually have it at meal times, and you know, obviously there's water in my food, but you know, like I didn't drink a glass of water. Didn't drink enough to make a difference. For now, I'll just put it here where it goes until I can get the other half of it. Okay, loading it up. Hey, Matt. Do you need to clean the dishwasher before I load it back up with a bunch of stuff?
No, just load it and I'll clean it.
Okay. Should I put soap in it and everything? Okay. Okay. Honestly, I haven't been cooking that much. We haven't been cooking as much as I like to. I actually enjoy cooking. It's harder with the kids. Yeah, it's difficult to spend a lot of time doing something, and then it's difficult to spend a lot of time doing something because the kids want my attention or need me for different things. But it's also hard to have spent a lot of time doing something and then people be like, I don't know if not appreciative is the appropriate terminology, but you know how kids can be, especially when you have 3 of them. There's like, you can't please everybody all the time. You know, I can buy pizza and or whatever kind of food out, and they can pick their own food and they still aren't all happy. So but it's particularly difficult when you've spent a lot of time and energy and like love and stuff, and then you know it's yeah, unappreciated. So that kind of takes the joy out of cooking a little bit for me. But I do try to cook because I like to eat the food that I make. More so than food out most of the time. But we haven't been doing it often because I just don't have the mental energy for it sometimes lately. Life's just busy and demanding. But I'd kind of gotten used to not having to do as many dishes. Like, we just fill the dishwasher throughout the day, wash it at night, and then in the morning somebody puts away the dishes. But the last couple of days I've been wanting to do more cooking and eating the kind of food that I like. To hell with the kids whining about it. I like that food, I want to eat it. It's healthy and there are choices. But it does, I'd kind of forgotten how quickly it stacks up. Plus Tuka's just really gotten into reading a lot. He has ADHD, so even though he's been able to read, he just turned 8. Even though he's been able to read well for quite some time, he didn't enjoy sitting down and reading books because it was just hard for him to sit and concentrate on a page full of words. But then he got into some graphic novels from the library, and one series of them is this seems dangerous, is a maker series, you know, like Makerspace. And so it's like how to fix a car and how to bake and how to grow garden and really cool stuff like that. And he has been enjoying those. And when he read the baking one, which talks about the science of baking, which is cool, it talked about how to make an apple pie. It had a recipe and everything. And he's like, wow, we could use vegan butter and whatever. And then it's, we could make this. I was like, okay, we'll do that. And then finally came a weekend where we had time for it and everything. So we did it. But boy, it makes a lot of it. First of all, it just takes a lot of effort to make a pie, right? Rolling out the dough and everything, and it makes a bit of a mess as well. And then to cook with a 3-year-old for dinner that same day. But it's life. It's good to do things that aren't always just the easiest version of things when you can. Sometimes all I can do is the easiest version, and that's okay. Oh boy, I don't even, there's so many dishes. Yeah, okay. I'm starting now to accept that there's no way all of these dishes are going to fit in here. I mean, some of them were hand washed anyway, but I'm working on my acceptance right now. It's gonna be okay, but they don't all fit. Hey, and if you're doing dishes and they don't all fit, and you feel like you don't have the space in your life to hand wash your dishes, there's no shame in that. Run your dishwasher, put them away, throw the other load in, That's okay. And if that's you right now and that's what you need to do, just know you can pause the video whenever you need to, even if you just need a break. If you've reached the end of the amount of energy or ability that you have right now, just because I keep going, you don't have to, and you shouldn't feel badly. Or if I stop and you keep going, right, that's okay. We each got to do what works for us individually. And there's no shame in having different abilities than other people. Ain't no shame. Ooh. Little shower there. That's too much. That's not gonna fit. I could put that there if it were cleaner than it is. Does this need to go in, or was this supposed to be clean dishes? No, okay, this can go in. Bang. Okay, one more thing can fit. I'd like it to be this. There's just flour everywhere. Nice. Oh, I just realized we were gonna eat that pie soon. What time is it? Oh, it's almost pie time. Maybe that'll get me to soldier through here. I can fit that down there. Can I fit this in? Sorry for the sound. Oh, dang. Oh, oh my God. Oh my goodness, my friends. Give me a little emotional support in the comments. Throw me a like to help me feel better about life, because I just realized after packing this up that there are a number of breakfast dishes still on the table. And the reality of the situation here is I'm not going to put this away once it's clean today. This is going to be a tomorrow morning situation. And if I don't have those breakfast dishes clean, because we use them for breakfast every day, we have these same breakfasts, and it's going to be a problem. So I have to figure this out now. Okay. I can do this, right? You can do it, I can do it, we can do it. I'm gonna figure this out. Psyching myself up. I can do it. Oh, Lord. Okay. That's the new one. Okay. Oh boy, that was a bad noise. Okay. This seems like a great time to say a very big thank you to our Patreon supporters. Annie, Kelly Bowl, David Craig, Jan Collins, okay, maybe I shouldn't have said it while I was pouring water. Jan Collins and So Papa for your quite literal support. I feel it in moments like this. And I appreciate it more than you know. Well, I got my bowl in. So that's the important part, right? No. The kids have to eat too. If you would like to support us on Patreon, the link is in the description box below. It doesn't have to cost a lot. Every little bit helps us. And for those of you who aren't in a place financially where you can support us in that way, subscribing, commenting, liking, you know, all that stuff helps us on YouTube. And we like to keep these body doubling videos free so that you can, you know, ad free, so that you can watch them without being interrupted. You know, you don't want to get your flow thrown off by a weird commercial or something. So, even those little things that don't cost anything are helpful, and I appreciate them too. 3 bowls that would fit very nicely under this, but then I'm not sure how clean the baking dish would get. Although, the baking dish itself is not super dirty, so maybe all it needs is a spritz of water and soap. I actually am not sure that the baking dish got used for anything, or if it just they thought they were going to use it, and so it has like a little bit of flour from their hands. I don't know. I did it with your help. Thank you for being here. I did it. All right, now I'm feeling really good. You know, that little bit of dopamine, right? My audio hootie folks will know what I'm talking about. That's ADHD in Swedish, and it's just so much more fun to say audio hootie. So you'll probably hear that more and more on my channel. But man, sometimes you get that little dopamine boost from completing some little task, especially one that you had worked up in your head was going to be hard. And boy, does that feel nice. Okay. I won't start this right now because it's really loud and probably would not do wonders for audio here. So, okay. I need to do part of the kitchen cleaning prior to starting to do dishes, or I won't have somewhere clean to put clean dishes. And I'm not going to dry them right now. Priorities, right? Priorities. Understand your capabilities, your energetic capabilities, and work within them as best you can. Ooh, I kind of want to clean off the table. This is me being distracted. Ooh. Even further distracted. Kari, please pause and come take your medicine so that I can, your vitamins, so I can clean the table.
What?
So I can clean the table. Because I don't want to touch them, my hands are dirty.
Medicine?
Yeah, your vitamins, you know,
Where?
on the table, in your spot.
I accidentally pushed that in my way.
That's okay.
I accidentally up here. Go up on the chair.
Okay, bud.
The Papa's chair. There, like the middle of the chair. I did it.
Thank you. are you doing? Have you gotten started? Have you finished any little thing? Like when I finish cleaning off the table or I shut the door here, I got that little dopamine boost. I'm hoping that you're getting that. I'm hoping you're feeling like, even if there's a lot left to do, that something's getting done. It's that letting yourself celebrate those little things instead of getting bogged down in what hasn't been done, right? So if you don't feel like you have gotten that dopamine boost, if you don't feel like you've felt good about completing something yet, then I just want you to take a second here. Think of something, anything, no matter how tiny, that you can feel good about and celebrate as something that you've accomplished instead of worrying about what else there is to do, right? So just take a second now. Take a few deep breaths, maybe drink your water. Give yourself a little pat on the back, a little hug, a stretch, whatever feels good. And tell yourself you did something already, right? I'm proud of you. You did. Whether you got up and started doing something, just getting started, check that. That's a box. That's a task. Just getting up and getting started is huge. Maybe you haven't even done that, but you're thinking, what could I do? What do I have the energy? What do I have the spoons, the capability of doing right now? You know, maybe what you realized is that it's better for you not to clean something right now. But maybe you can, I don't know, take a few minutes to just breathe deeply and listen to the calming music. That's good for you. That helps you. And that's great. That means it's a step in the right direction. You can count that. If you have gotten something done and you've participated in my little exercise here of feeling good about ourselves, I would love it if you tell me about it. I love to hear what you guys get done. And not just get done completely, but, you know, even get started on something. This has nothing to do with cleaning the kitchen, but this is going to bug me now. Okay, maybe I should pass this off. Should I just set it down or should I pass it off to someone else? This monkey noodle has gotten tied very tightly in the middle to the point where it's starting to rip. I don't know if you can see that. I guess I can just let him play with it this way until it breaks and then throw it away. I don't need to spend my time on that. I don't need to spend my time on that. Those are important words in my life, probably in a lot of people's lives. If perhaps you're wondering why I keep going over there to get cloths instead of here in the kitchen drawer where they're supposed to be, it's because there are 2 buckets of clean laundry hiding in our laundry room right now. Our laundry room. Because I spent the morning dyeing my kid's hair instead of putting away the laundry like I normally do. Oh, it just occurred to me I never did my meditation this morning either. Ooh. Well, that's okay. if you struggle with dishes, either for sensory reasons or energy reasons or any other reason, and you want some tips, I suggest you check out the other dishwashing video that I have on here. We'll link it up in the top right-hand corner of your screen. And I talk about some tips for getting stuff done when you don't have the energy, and also when you don't want to touch stuff. So you might check that out if you're having that. I don't want to bog people down with the same suggestions again and again. Yeah, it's fine. tell you my energy here is waning. How are you doing? Hopefully you're trucking along, but I understand if you're not. We should each just do what we can. Feel good about what we do, not worry about what we don't. I know it's so much easier to say than to do, right? Oh, just don't worry about it. Just feel good about yourself. But the more you practice it, even when it doesn't feel real, I think the more it helps. That has definitely helped me feel more positive about myself. Ooh, sorry. That has definitely helped me feel more positive about myself. So, my 2 cents. Ooh. I can tell you this, and you may relate. I am not going to finish cleaning the kitchen today. I am starting right now, as I realize that, to accept it, to be okay with it. Yes, I would love to vacuum and mop the floors. It's been muddy here, and I have a dog and children. You know, the trash could go out. The recycle is overflowing. There's dirty counters still and plenty of dishes left. I'm not going to get it all done, and that's okay. So if you are at a point where you realize, maybe you even started with the knowledge that there was no way you were going to get this done, not completely, give yourself a minute to start telling yourself, I'm not going to finish it right now, and that's okay. You know, if you are going to finish it, props, man. Props, my friend. But if you aren't, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I think it was Bjork who said, "We're only human." Or whatever. You get my drift. It's okay if you don't finish it all. It's great if you do. It feels amazing. But doing something is better than nothing. Small and something. That's what we say around here. Better to do small and something than to get stuck in that all or nothing trap, mind trap. I'm starting to ask myself, where is the stopping point? I wonder what this sounds like to you. It's like I'm just like pushing off bits of baked on French fry or whatever, sweet potato fry. but that's weird. Wasn't I saying something before that? Yes. It's the audio-hody. I'm starting to ask myself, where can I stop? Where is the stopping point? I know I'm not going to get to the floors. I think this is just going to have water sit in it because it needs to soak. This has been soaking, so I'm hoping to get these two things. Maybe this just barely dirty. Just rinse that off with some soap. Good to go. Not going to do the floors. Not going to do the trash and recycling right now. But I would like to wipe down the oven and cabinet here. Not the cabinet, the countertop. So I think 1, 2, 3 dishes and the countertop and oven top. Stove. The top of the oven is called a stove. Those words throw me, I have to be honest. I just use them interchangeably, stove and oven. Stove. I will do the stove top and the countertop. I also think I do that with counter and cabinet. They're just sort of the same. Weird thing to do for someone who likes languages so much. Oh, I would like to wipe down this counter over here too and the rest of the sink. That's going to be like a bonus. That's a bonus level, right? If this were a video game, I'm not going to beat the big boss that is the kitchen, the entire kitchen. But I'm going to beat a bunch of the things. And then it'll be a bonus level, a little mini game if I get this side cleaned off too. You gotta do what you gotta do to get it done, right? If it helps to make it, think of it like a video game or a RPG, doing side quests and stuff. Whatever you need to do to get it done, right? That's not unhealthy, I suppose. I am so sorry, Matt, for you having to listen to this sound. Hopefully he's fixed it so you, my friend, didn't hear this scraping. But when Matt's working on post, he's going to get to listen to that, and that's horrible. I'm sorry. Two dishes. I'm calling this one countertop even though it's the counter and the stove. And then a potential bonus area over here. That's all I've got. That's all I've got energy for at this point. All right. Sometimes what I do is instead of saying I'm going to do this much, I just think what is the one next thing. So like right now I'm doing the dishes. I just think, okay, these 3 dishes are all I'm going to do in the dishes. And then I wait until I finish that, or I'm almost done with that. And I'm thinking about how much energy, how much spoons, how many spoons I've got, what else has to get done today. And if I can do more, then I think the next little step that I could do. And I just keep making little steps instead of a bunch of steps at one time. You just gotta do whatever it takes, right? You gotta have all these little tricks, or I do. I have to have all these little tricks and things for how to get things done. If you know what I'm talking about, if you're one of those people that has to find little techniques to get things done, to be productive, to do what needs to be done, do what needs to be done, to do what needs doing. That's my Texan coming out. To do what needs to be doing. Please share with us any tips you've got, because I'm no expert. I'm just speaking from my own experience, and I would love to know if you've got stuff you could help me or other people that might read your comment. Oh, that's a terrible noise. So if you've got some little tips or tricks for how to get things done, how to get yourself to do things, how to get through them, or how to be okay with what you can and can't get done, I would love to hear it. I bet there are some amazing suggestions that I've never tried or even thought of. So hit us with them. Boom. Dishes done. Okay. Next, this side. And when I say dishes done, I've not forgotten that these dishes exist. Nope, I have not forgotten they exist. They just do not exist within the concept of what I plan to do right now. Okay. I'm gonna have to move the apple pie. I hope I don't break it. I don't have anywhere to put it. Oh, the table. The table. I would show it to you, but it's all wrapped up, and if I accidentally mess it up, I will be in so much trouble. This is the first time my 8-year-old Tuka made a pie, so that's pretty exciting. All right, let's see. This is just a mess. Gotta clean it before I can clean it, you know? You know what I mean? Don't get distracted. Don't get distracted. Oh, I'm getting distracted by the mess that's next to the food mess. That one part of our cabinet is like the, counter. That one part of the counter is like our go-to area. It's like our getting ready area, or putting stuff down that we're gonna need, you know, next time we walk out the door or whatever. That kind of situation. And so it's usually kind of a hectic mess. But sometimes like little bits of trash get left there. And I'm like, oh, I could just take care of that. But right now I need to just not get distracted. Also, I would love it if I were going to clean under these things. I'm not. A little bit under here because there's like some oil or something. I don't want that to stay there. But the little crumbs and whatever dust, not gonna worry about it. Small and something. The whole cabinet, the whole counter might not be clean, but it's certainly better than it was if I hadn't done anything, because I don't have the energy to do the whole thing. See how that works? Small and something. Okay. Oh, okay, I don't want to spray our food. That's the best I can do. Okay. Are we still going? Good. Are you still going? Good. Even if you said no, even if you're like, nope, I'm not going, I had to stop and rest. And I'm just watching it so that you'll keep going. I'm okay with that. You gotta do what you need to do, you know? And sometimes what you need to do is rest. And I appreciate you being here to help me get mine done. And if you're still going too, hell yeah, brother. Heck yeah, folks. That's my PC version. Heck yeah, folks. Okay. I might have to run just the vacuum a little bit. That's a second bonus level, just because I don't want to step on stuff that I've just knocked down off of this. I just cannot handle that. A lot of times the cleaning that gets done, I would love to have just like a clean house all the time, right? I would love it. But I don't, I'm not in a place in my life where I can do that right now, you know? And I accept that to some degree. I try to accept that. There are some things more important than a clean house. I don't know what I was saying. But I can't stand standing on, like, when I walk around the house and there's, like, stuff underfoot, or your feet get dirty. Sometimes I've had to live like that, and that's okay. You know, or maybe there's people that it doesn't bother them. That's fine. You know, no judgment here. You know me, that's my rule. No judgment here. Can't judge somebody about stuff you don't know. You don't know that person's life, even if you think you do. You don't know their inner life inside, what's going on. So there's no point in judging people about it. But for me, where I am now, and in my own home, I like to walk around barefoot. And I hate it when I look at my foot and it's dirty. And it happens way too often. So, all that being said, I might try to do just a tiny bit more just to run the vacuum and get the worst of it. Again, I don't have to vacuum every little nook and crevice. I can just hit the big areas and I'll put that vacuum right back up, you know? I think I'm down to my last cloth. So it's really good that I'm almost done. I know I'm going to have at least one mad kid that I don't have clean cloths ready for them for napkins. But I need to just throw some laundry in the dryer and we'll have some in an hour or two. I swear the dryer goes forever. Oh, that's plugged in. Okay. Okay. You don't want to stay in there. That's fine. Okay. Yes, my eyes are drawing towards the things that still need to be cleaned. And I'm not going to let them do that. Behave yourself, eyes. Okay. Vacuum. Here I go. And that, my friends, is that. No, it's not. I totally stepped on a crumb. Let's try that again. Boom! Done. All right. Well, I hope that you found yourself getting something accomplished as well. And I appreciate you being here, no matter what you did or didn't do, or what you were or weren't wearing, or what you have or haven't felt like. It's okay. We're all here together. All right, I hope to see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.